What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by a very healthy and very active Shaun Meighan. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm in the prime of my life, Conor. Every day is a treat at the minute.
You sound like Mole Man.
I've been better, I'll be honest.
To episode 7 of the agonising day. My agonising life, or whatever he says.
That's a good Mole Man quote.
So Shaun, you are obviously incredibly healthy and you're here this week to kind of like, maybe, I'm thinking you host it this week, kind of lead it.
I'm going to bring a bit of energy to the piece.
I'm feeling a bit down after having a tough day, so I'm going to throw you the bat on, and maybe you want to like introduce it, maybe introduce all the Patreons, maybe do all the stories. What do you want to do?
Yeah. What I would like to do, Conor, is to ask everyone to rate us 5 stars on Spotify.
That wasn't set up, but now it kind of sounds like charity.
If I don't get those 5 stars, I'm gone.
This is one of those things.
They're going to yeller me out the back of a bar.
This is one of those ads you see on the TV that they're like, this child's going to die in 2 weeks if you do not give us €1.
But Conor is just holding a gun to my head and my immune system.
Shaun's going to cough himself to death if you don't give 5 stars on Spotify.
It's not it's not even the cough that was going around for a couple of years. Yeah. It's just a regular cough.
Not even the exciting one. It's just a basic bitch cough.
Basic bitch cough.
I knew that was always going to get you. So weird news, Shaun. I was going to ask, what do we do here? But
you have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. Yeah. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who's been too busy having his voice drop another octave in the last week to look at any weird news.
Here's the thing, from all the hate mail that I could see, a lot of people were hoping that I would get a sore throat and my voice would drop an octave to match your one already deep.
Do we get hate mail and you shield it from me?
It's all about me.
Oh, right. Well, that's fine in my book.
I know who it's sent from, so I go to my mother's house and I say, why another one, ma'am?
No, please, I've said it so many times.
You don't even like DC. Why are you listening?
No, but that's Shaun. He's a lovely fella.
They always say you're a lovely boy. So, Shaun, you probably don't know this, but we had a Christmas special Patreon episode that came out this weekend.
I blacked out the whole time.
We did it in person. You came over to my house. We exchanged Christmas gifts, and we reviewed the movie The Santa Claus.
And that's all up on the Patreon right now to listen to?
It's basically all up for everyone to listen to. It's a whole extra content episode, yeah.
Oh my God, and did anything else happen in that episode?
Not that I can think of.
Good.
We're going to leave a little bit of spice.
That's it. There's a little secret in the episode if anyone wants to go listen to it.
But you got to go over to the Patreon. The link's down below.
It's only on the Patreon.
And also the Santa Claus, it's a movie.
Santa Claus review, gift exchange. It's all there.
So I also won Christmas this year. I'm very proud of that.
Oh yeah, big time.
Kicked your ass this year.
Hard to top, I'll be honest.
You got battered, lad.
I got hammered.
He got hammered so bad in the Christmas gift giving. He's pulling a sickie. He's pretending like he's ill.
Got beat so bad he took my voice.
So Shaun, weird news. We're going to start this week with, I think, a very important story. An elderly couple this week were in shock because this is in Pembrokeshire, and the headline I have for this small news article, Shaun, is garden ornament turns out to be a live bomb.
Oh fuck. That's like genuinely, and I know we bring it up a lot, that's like a plot from The Shield with Michael Chiklis.
You can't start a sentence with I know we bring it up a lot and then end it with Michael Chiklis and the TV show from 2005, The Shield.
The Shield comes up more often than you would think on this podcast.
I think The Shield, the TV show from 2005 starring Michael Chiklis, actually comes up more than maybe Spider-Man on the podcast.
Honest to God, it might.
Yeah.
Do you know last Christmas I made a gingerbread Michael Chiklis and I tagged him in it. I was the thing, but I tagged Michael Chiklis on Instagram, but he didn't see it at all.
The Chickmeister himself, he'd like that though. If he's seen it, he'd like it.
if he had seen it. However, I didn't realise I had sent it on the first day of Hanukkah, where traditionally Jewish people don't use electronics and don't turn things on. So there was not a hope that Michael Chiklis would have seen it.
You gotta read the Chiklis regime, man.
This is the thing.
Gotta find that calendar. What's he up to?
He's a busy man.
Yeah,
Look, he's running the fire department down there as well.
If we're honest, that was probably very inconsiderate of you, and I probably would block you from his perspective.
I'm cancelled as far as I'm concerned.
You're cancelled. Chiklis is cancelled.
I got cancelled by Chiklis. The only man I'll accept cancellation
I have to be honest with you. If it came to a situation where you were both falling off a mountain and one person was Michael Chiklis and the other person was you, I'd hesitate. And I'd think, no, Michael Chiklis.
100%. We can't lose treasured actor.
We can't lose Chiklis.
We wish you a Michael Chiklis.
If you don't know who Michael Chiklis is, this doesn't matter.
Everyone knows who Michael Chiklis is.
No, they don't.
He played the Thing in Fantastic Four 2005.
He was in The Shield. Do you remember that TV show, The Shield?
Yeah, about fires and such.
He was in a TV show about a superhero family in 2007.
Yeah.
He was the dad.
He's a storied actor.
We're like the Michael Chiklis fan club. So, Shaun, yes, the garden ornament turns out to be a live bomb. An elderly couple were left in shock after realising that their beloved garden ornament had a pretty terrifying truth about it. So, whether you do it for fun or as a hobby, or you're a serious landscaper for your own property, this seems like word fill in the article.
Yeah, it's one of those word count kind of stories, isn't it?
Journalists get word counts, they gotta fill it. So, for example, we all know that having a presentable home is a priority for many people, and gardening is just an extension of that. And the gardening is a hyperlink in which when you click on it, it takes you to the Wikipedia page for gardening.
Jesus fucking Christ. None of that adds any interest to this article.
But what happens when you decide on an old dummy missile as part of your decor to find that it's not actually as harmless as you'd initially thought? This is what happened to Sian and Jeffrey Edwards from Milford Haven. They now feel like it was like the passing of an old friend when their display bomb was actually a real bomb.
Sorry. So they fully intended to have a bomb as a garden ornament.
Now look, the bomb itself is just like, it's very dark red, but it just looks like, I don't know, it's not bomb looking. You wouldn't look at it and say that's a bomb.
We're not it's not like sphere with a fuse coming out of it.
No, it doesn't have TNT written on the side. It's just like a cylinder with like a code at the top that's all just dark red, but it's fairly flat edges, not pointy.
Not pointy at all.
Rounded edges, sorry.
And is there a shark face drawn on the
front? There is both a
top?
Shark face and a picture of a bomb exploding on a small town and killing multiple children.
I see. I see. What's the payload like? How much damage are we talking?
Oh, you could probably... Nuclear level.
This is because... How much damage would it do if it had gone off in their garden? Were they sitting with something that could have destroyed the town?
So apparently the bomb dates back to the late 19th century, and it's an explosive that was used by Mrs. Edwards to smack her towel over to remove dirt after gardening. So
she was lettering the bomb the whole time.
She shite out of the bomb.
She's just fucking throwing rocks at it.
So I threw a few kicks at it to get the muck off me shoes every day.
Even if you were told it was deactivated, I wouldn't go, antagonising the bomb.
Yeah. However, it all came to a head last Wednesday when police knocked on the door to tell them that they had seen their bomb and would need to contact the Ministry of Defence as a precaution. Why do I think the Ministry of Defence reminds me of Harry Potter?
The Ministry of Magic?
Yeah, but when you say the Ministry of... My brain doesn't go like government. It goes... Well, he fights Voldemort in episode 5 or movie 5, book 5.
It's probably the first time you were exposed to that word. I mean, you were only 23 when you read those books.
I was 2 weeks ago, so 40, 44, 45.
Yeah. So it's the first time you ever heard that word. You didn't know what a government was.
I didn't know what the word "of" meant. So just 1 hour later, they were notified that a bomb squad would be pulling up the next day to deal with it.
If it's that fucking urgent, send the bomb squad the same day.
I've never heard of a next day delivery bomb squad.
No, they're very much in the moment kind of a response
team. If you
team.
have a bomb, you can't get the call back that says, we're busy at the minute, we'll be there on Thursday.
I like the idea that the bomb squad has like a rota of like, you're in Cork on Thursday, you need to drive down there. That's wild to me.
We all said we were going out for John's birthday on the fucking Tuesday night. We're not going to be there till Thursday. Wednesday's a write-off, lads. I have to be honest, I'm going to be fucking hungover to shit.
I'll have the shakes, to be honest. You won't want me there.
So apparently, completely unable to sleep, which makes sense.
Yeah.
You've been told there's a live bomb in your garden, and they won't be here until maybe 48 to 72 hours.
And I know it's like that bomb's been there for years probably, and it hasn't gone off. But in my head, it's like, no, this is the night
things
that
have
it
changed.
happens. Yeah. Now it knows I'm aware.
Now it knows that I know that it knows that I know it's a bomb.
Yeah, and it knows it's going to be taken out.
Yeah.
So
Mr. Edwards told the BBC, of all places, we didn't sleep a wink all night. It knocked us for 6. I told the bomb disposal unit, we're not leaving the house, we're staying here. If it goes up, we're going to go up with it.
That's a psychotic move, Mr. Edwards.
Edwards, come on, come into me here now, right? If there's a fucking bomb 40 yards away from you in the garden, just move. Just for one night. Just go to somewhere else.
Just go to the pub and then figure it out from there.
That's the Shaun the Dead plan.
Yeah, wait for it all to blow over.
When the Ministry of Defence arrived the following morning and removed the 64-pound projectile, their tests proved that the bomb was indeed live with an amount of charge in it.
I don't know how to scale that, but that sounds dangerous.
65 pounds sounds like too much of a bomb. If I said there was a 1 pound bomb, but it was right on your seat, I think you would still be like, it's not good.
I don't think there's any level of bomb that I would be okay being around if it's active.
Like, regardless of how small it is, like, I'm thinking I'm still probably going to be the only one that dies.
Yeah, apparently, just very briefly what I'm looking at here, some 65-pound bombs were used by the Japanese Navy in World War II.
Yeah, it's a naval projectile, is what it is.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, they just have it in their garden.
This is insane. And she was hitting it with towels.
She was fucking cleaning off that towel, lad.
They let the kids hit it with sticks. Does it say how much damage that this could have done?
I don't think it does, because I feel like they don't really want to say it, just in terms of there might be a reduced amount of charge, so maybe originally if it goes off blows everybody up, but now it's been like 100 years, so maybe it only has like a quarter of the power it once had, but they can't actually be sure. So if it goes off, it's one of those, let's just try it out and see.
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Here. I think they should take them along. I think what the British government should do is they should spend an exorbitant amount of money to perfectly recreate their garden and house on some kind of bomb disposal site. And then I want them, because he said he was fine staying there. Yeah. So I want them to make Mr. Edwards watch while they explode that bomb in situ and see the devastation it would have caused.
Just like Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
It was covered with 5 tons of sand and detonated in an unused quarry. The couple were crushed, apparently, with Mr. Edwards saying, "It was an old friend. I'm so sorry that the poor old thing was blown to pieces."
This cunt needs to get his priorities in order. Because he was sleeping on a live bomb.
I have to be honest with you, it does seem like Mr. Edwards loves the bomb more than he loves his own family.
Yeah, he was willing to stay there and endanger himself and his wife.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of the bomb.
Well, he wants to go out with the bomb. He doesn't want to go out with her. Fuck her.
Yeah. He was like, you'd have to pull him away from the bomb at the end, I'm sure. He can't also make that decision for his wife to be like, nah, we're staying here.
I suppose technically you can, but you shouldn't.
Go to a hotel. Like...
So apparently how they got it was warships for the Royal Navy used to drop anchor in the nearby bay and point their guns towards the beach. Then they would use the sand for practice. They'd make sure there was nobody on the sands, of course, before they did it.
They call out heads before they started.
Yes. Well, apparently, his old Pop Morris...
Old Pop Morris is now involved.
He went around delivering lemonade, and he was going down to the beach one day with a horse and cart and found the shell nearly 100 years ago.
And he just took it.
He struggled back up the beach with it and put it on the back of his cart and then just had a 7-mile ride home.
On a bumpy fucking horse and cart.
Yeah.
And he had a light. And then he put it in the backyard.
He put it standing upright in the garden, and that's where it's remained to this day.
For like 100 years.
Yeah.
And it hasn't exploded.
No.
What the fuck? Would it ever have would it ever have exploded?
Well, I suppose it depends what hits it. Because, like, if it's in the garden, let's just give a hypothetical. Car crash, right?
Yeah.
Cars about to hit each other in front of the house. One veers off, maybe goes into the garden, hits the ornament. I mean, surely it's going off.
Like, you're unlucky enough to crash the car.
Yeah.
But to crash into an unexploded
The one
19th century bomb.
unexploded bomb within probably 500 yards, yeah.
It's wild that was never declared to anyone. Like, the first they heard of it is that presumably some new neighbour moved in and rang the police and was like, listen, you should maybe take a look at this.
His old pop used to be in the Navy, and he was like, hang on, that fucking bomb looks a bit familiar to the one that killed old Pop.
Yeah. Yeah, and his horse and his car, all wiped out.
I like that there was multiple, and there was lots of carts taking them home, and one by one they were exploding. But old Pop Morris, he just kept fucking riding. He was like, it can't be the bombs.
You couldn't stop him.
No.
He thought it was the horses were exploding.
He's like, what's going on? What do these horses eat?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we need to move on, Shaun, because I never get to say these 5 words in a row. And I felt like a story sometimes a story comes along that, like, we're never going to pass up. And it's about an escapee, maybe a convict who escaped police custody. Because I have runaway kangaroo punches police officer.
Fair play to the kangaroo.
A fugitive.
A punch from a kangaroo is wild. They're more of a kicker.
Are we all not thinking that it has fucking boxing gloves on?
Oh, it's the only way I ever imagined.
Are they not bored with boxing gloves? I'm not quite sure.
That's what they keep in the pouch.
Yeah, of course. Little Joey's going to go fuck themselves. A fugitive kangaroo to spend 4 days on the run in Canada. I'd give you good money if you'd predicted Canada.
He's not even in his elements. Like.
No. He was caught by police on Monday, but not before it managed to punch a police officer in the face while being captured.
Like, I love... You shouldn't do it, but there is, with alarming regularity, there's videos of people fighting kangaroos.
And the kangaroo always wins.
Yeah, until they get, like, the human gets one good punch in.
Yeah. But I feel at that point then... I feel it's one of those situations where if the human doesn't win, then it's kind of fun. But if the human does win, it loses a lot of its charm.
There's no honour really in beating a kangaroo. There's a really fucked film called Outback, and there's a scene in it. It's set in like the Australian outback, but there's a scene in it where a load of lads just go out and fight kangaroos. But it was like a low budget film, so they just actually went out and fought kangaroos and filmed it. It's very strange. And
they did not have insurance for that.
Oh, not a chance.
No.
They didn't have seatbelts at the time, I'd say.
So the kangaroo, this was from the Durham Regional Police Service, and it said it received an unlikely call from a member of the public claiming to have seen a kangaroo hopping around Oshawa, 40 miles east of Toronto. I mean, you're not believing that, surely.
You're not answering that call, are you? You're not going out and checking.
The kangaroo had escaped while being transferred between zoos and was spotted hopping down the side of a highway by bewildered motorists. The officers who were dispatched were briefed on the best way to subdue a kangaroo.
It's Crocodile Dundee on the other end of the line, like talking him through it.
In Australia, but he's like...
It's an extortionate phone bill.
And he's like, the phone rings and he's just like, I gotta get this. Just like, don't wake up. I gotta get this. You're on.
You're on with Steve. We've talked about this before, that zoos are kind of a weird concept.
Don't like them.
A kangaroo should not exist in Canada.
Nah, brother, let the kangaroo back.
Yeah, like I'm all about, conservation and preservation and all that. Surely it's better if that kangaroo's in Australia.
Let him go. There's no part of you that can tell me that kangaroo prefers the cold of Toronto.
Why is there a polar bear in Dublin?
That's the question.
It doesn't make sense.
A polar bear cannot be happy. It just can't be.
It's just factually, it doesn't happen.
We barely want to be here. Never mind him.
Yeah. We don't make him suffer along with us.
The officers who were dispatched were, as I said, briefed on the best way to subdue a kangaroo. So in accordance with the best practice by the handlers, the officers actually were told to grab it by the tail when they go down, which I feel is a terrible idea.
I feel like that tail is really strong and can swing around.
But like, if you got the tail, you could, like, the kicks can still happen.
I don't think he can kick behind him. I think he's a front kick, because I think they balance back on the tail and then do a kick.
Oh, so you take away the power.
Yeah. So if he tries to kick, he's just going to fall over. And then we all laugh at him.
I think the best part of this whole thing was, it said only one of the officers was struck in the face during the apprehension. He'll be just fine. And then there's a full stop, and then it says, we won't be continuing that investigation.
The kangaroo is not a suspect. We're not actively pursuing it.
You know who did it.
That's true. That's why they're not continuing. Case closed.
But it's not even an investigation. Like, it doesn't deserve to even have the word investigation even near it. Because if you go out and you get punched, you don't need to investigate that. Like,
true.
Everyone's seen the kangaroo fuck you up, lad.
But why did he punch? Was it in self-defence?
Because you were trying to capture him.
Do you think kangaroos should be subject to the same laws as other animals? Because they don't feel like regular animals. Yeah,
but you could say that about anything. Are you saying snakes should obey the same laws as other animals?
Yeah. Snakes are regular animals.
But
a kangaroo is different. A kangaroo is a guy.
A kangaroo is like, he's one of the lads.
He's one of the boys. He's one of the lads. Yeah.
He's one of the crew.
I don't know what it is. He has personality. But not in the way that a dog has personality.
But does a dog follow the same rules?
Dog is still an animal, so it follows animal rules.
Okay, what about bears?
Bears are a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bears aren't animals. Bears are dudes.
What about monkeys?
Monkeys are dudes.
Monkeys are dudes.
Yeah.
And dudes and dudettes are the monkeys.
Yeah, that's it. And they shouldn't fall under the same bracket as animal, because they have something about them.
Like a cockroach and, I don't know, a monkey shouldn't be in the same level in terms of laws.
They're both technically fine, but like, not really. In the same way that like a dolphin is a lot different from a crab. You know?
This might be the worst David Attenborough documentary anyone has ever put together.
Look, fucking 6 degrees of separation or whatever. If someone can get me in a room with David Attenborough to talk about this, let's make it happen.
And like, he's 99 years old. Like, he's heard it all.
This is what kills him.
And you just come to him with this and he's like, I have never met a stupider person.
You baffle me, sir.
You are so dumb. Did you see the dolphin that has opposable thumbs?
Yeah, we're fucked.
Oh, we're done, lad. We're done.
So done.
Yeah, that came out like today or yesterday.
Yeah, the dolphins have opposable thumbs. It was 30 degrees in October. It's all over.
Once they start learning how to use guns, we have no retort.
There's definitely guns in the ocean somewhere that they can figure out.
And if those dolphins get a hold of them, like, I mean, there's probably naval fucking explosion like devices that haven't blown up.
Like, they can already breathe on land for a bit.
Yeah.
So they just need to learn to walk.
And you only need a bit to fucking set fire to some things.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like start at the beaches and then work your way inland. Normandy, this shit.
But like they could just make the beach continue on, just keep blowing it up
beach.
as you go along.
Yeah, that's good. Do you think the dolphins would understand the poetic irony if they invaded Earth or the surface world, but they landed at Normandy? Do you think the dolphins would get that and appreciate it?
I think if you explained it to them while they were murdering you and your family and your loved one, I think you could.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
I think that'd be the last thing they would remember of you. You'd be explaining the history of Normandy while they butchered everyone you know.
Yeah, but I feel they'd respect me in death. They'd be like, he taught us something.
They'd kill you swiftly.
Yes. Yeah, they give me a kindness.
You'd be 100% trying to join them.
Dude, if I can, I'll join the dolphins.
Like, I don't even like it here, lads. I want them dead as well.
Put me in the sea.
And they do. And just it's the next shot is just you floating down to death. The kangaroo gave up and surrendered peacefully to the police officer.
He held his hands up.
And they said that in a statement.
That the kangaroo surrendered peacefully.
Which is like the opposite of what they said. They said the kangaroo punched some officers in the face.
Yeah, but after that one punch, he was like, "Oh, okay, I fucked up."
You got
See,
me.
again, he's a different level of animal. He understands surrender.
I don't think he understood surrender. I think they just captured him. Like, they got him down to the ground.
Do you think it's... I feel like a kangaroo would keep another pet, you know? Like...
Here are the rules.
I just try to express this as best I can here.
So, like, you gotta have an animal that you think could keep another animal as a pet.
Yes. It's like monkeys, definitely.
Oh, 100%. Could you
pet.
see an animal with a parrot on its shoulder, is the question.
Oh, that's a very good one. Weirdly, parrots as well.
I'll tell you what I see. Elephant.
Go for it. Elephant, 100%.
100% has a parrot on its with no
Elephant
shoulders,
with a parrot
on
on
its back.
Absolute dude of an animal.
Never forgets.
Not once.
He will never forget a birthday with an elephant. I'll tell you that now.
Alligator? How do you feel about that?
Untrustworthy, but maybe a dude. Yeah. They could be dude and dudettes. Yeah.
I just think they have agendas. You know, these animals.
You've got an agenda.
They've got an end goal or a plan at least. I feel like a kangaroo would live in a house on its own. I could see a kangaroo putting something on a shelf.
Pouring himself a bowl of cereal.
Yeah. No, he'd pour it into his pouch and eat it there.
You're going straight pouch.
No, actually, I'm not.
You wouldn't pour cereal into your pockets.
Not my pockets, no.
Somebody else's pockets.
One of those middle pockets of a hoodie. That'd be class.
There's no way you put cereal in the middle pocket of a hoodie.
No. I'd get one of those bags that runners use for water. And I'd have that full of cereal.
You know, we do sell hoodies on the Heroes for Hire store that you could get and fill with cereal.
That'd be heroesforhire.ie/shop.
It's cereal for hires.
Heroes for cereals. No?
Heroes for Cheerios?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Did they ever reply to you? Or
no, I've been really hounding them, but they constantly... They don't want the fucking sponsorship. I don't know what the deal is.
Send them a picture of a kangaroo. Be like, this is our manager. They listen, like, they're going to listen.
This could be us, but you playing.
It's Kangaroo Jack.
Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and I have possibly the saddest story for anyone who's ever ran for office. A city council candidate loses by one vote after not voting for himself.
Oh no. It's your own fault, really.
Yeah. So this is a local election in Washington State. It could have come down to a coin toss. Instead, one of the candidates, Ryan Roth, had won by a single vote when his opponent, Damien Green, didn't vote, but Ryan Roth did, and he voted for himself.
Is it... you're meant to vote for yourself.
You had that big picture thing where you go in and put the vote in.
It's like, what if he actually voted for the other guy?
Just accidentally.
Yeah, sorry. He didn't know how ballot forms worked. He was like, I'm going to put an X here because I don't want
it's just
him.
the scene from Airplane with like all the sweat falling down his face as he's in trying to wipe it off his brow. The two were competing for a seat in the city council in Rainier, a community of approximately 2,400 people. Mr. Rott, who's a landfill manager and father of 4, ran a campaign. Full stop. Great. He canvassed
ran
voters.
a campaign.
He handed out yard signs and he marched in the town's parade. Mr. Green, an auto body technician whose household includes 6 children, chose not to campaign, trusting that voters would remember his stances from a previous run.
Wow. And he still got close to 50% of the vote.
He still nearly won, except by 1 vote.
What does that say about the other fella?
If you're Rott, I feel you feel good, but do you feel vindicated?
You know, objectively, 50% of voters don't want you there.
And they would rather someone they never know and never seen in the past 4 years.
Someone who didn't bother their whole advertising their campaign.
Yeah. That's going to hurt the confidence. There's no way you're going home with a smiley face.
No, not a chance.
If this was a TV show, he's at the celebratory, big party, everyone's celebrating, camera cuts to him, he's smiling, and then he looks into the distance, into the darkness, and there's just a sadness in his eyes, because he knows.
Yeah. And it cuts to another shot later on, he's sitting by himself in a corner.
Looking out the window, it's raining.
It's raining. His fucking Seal is playing.
Fucking Seal.
From
fucking Ronan Keaton is playing in the background.
So I was in a fucking bar in Japan and they started playing Ronan Keating and I thought I was having a panic attack. It was like, where did I just travel to?
Ronan Keating is loved up and down the world, lad.
Oh, he's a worldwide star.
He's a sensation, so he is.
Pitbull can't compete.
Here's the thing, right? Ronan Keating came out of Boyzone in 1999 or 2000 or whatever that was, and he fucking hit hard. He had 2 bangers straight out. Then he just was set. It was fine.
Yeah, just made his money. Went on.
If you don't know who Ronan Keating is, I would advise you to look up which one are you going for?
Sorry?
Roller coaster? Life is a roller coaster, you just gotta ride it. What's the name of that one?
Is that Ronan or is that Boyzone themselves?
No, that's Ronan.
Ronan Keating.
That's Ronan all day, lad.
Look,
he has the video in the party spinning around.
Conor. It's called Life is a Roller Coaster from 2000, of course. But you got When You Say Nothing at All.
Oh.
You got I Believe I Can Fly. His cover, Time After Time from 2009. I mean, I'm not going to say they're all bangers, but there's definitely 2 bangers. No matter what is actually pretty good.
We're going to have to back Ronan as he's one of our own.
That's true. Because he's achievable to get on the show, I think.
There's no way.
Ronan, what do you think of Marvel?
If you had to fight a kangaroo, Ronan, how would you go about it? Nunchucks? What are we talking here?
But I feel like a kangaroo would listen to music, casually.
Doesn't matter though. He'd still go down to nunchucks.
That's true. How would you fight a kangaroo? No nunchucks.
Oh, no nunchucks. Okay. Well, if I was, and does the kangaroo know I'm coming or not?
No.
But there's a hit put out on him.
He knows he's wanted. He doesn't know by you.
Okay. I'm thinking one of those pens, but it's like a James Bond pen, and you pull off the top and it becomes a wire. And then I sneak up behind the neck, wire around the neck, James Bond style.
You're garroting the kangaroo.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay, that's a brutal deck.
I want to see the light die from his eyes.
Jesus. Are you okay?
It's a fictional kill. I just picked the most gruesome way.
Why does it have to be a pen? Why can't you just bring the wire?
I want the James Bond pen.
I just really want that pen.
I just really want that technology, lad.
Want that to exist in the world.
But imagine someone comes up to you because see, what you're missing that is the pen also kind of works as a bit of a nunchuck, because if you start swinging it, the wire starts coming out.
Here we go, we're on the nunchucks again.
I got the nunchucks past you without getting them past you, you know what I mean?
How heavy is that pen? Or are you just flicking a light pen at
64 pounds.
64 pounds? That's bomb kind of weight.
Yeah. And I got 2 of them.
What's that, like 30 kilos?
Yeah. very strong.
It's a heavy pen.
Hopefully he doesn't run, because I can't run with them.
Yeah. You have 2 pens connected by a wire.
And, okay, how are you killing a kangaroo?
Oh, a big fucking baseball bat with a load of nails in it.
That's gotta be worse than what I said.
No. One quick one, he'd be done.
There's no way one quick one kills it. If you got the adrenaline going, even if you got nails in it, you gotta go headshot, and there's gonna be a lot of blood.
Yeah, but it's kinder in the end than choking him out.
What are you talking about? Kinder? You're saying if you put nails into a baseball bat and beat someone to death with that, that's kinder than just choking them out when they don't even know you're there.
I'm not beating him to death per se.
Well, you're not beating him to fucking
one good
silly
swing
stays
to
alive.
the head. It's not repeatedly. You know,
he's not going to die with one swing.
Yeah, he is. There's a load of nails in it.
Yeah. But even if he got a load of nails, adrenaline's pumping at that stage. He's going to keep going.
How much work do you think adrenaline does in the animal body?
I've seen you get stabbed, you don't even know it, lad.
When have you gotten stabbed?
I'm stabbed right now. I just got stabbed before we started.
Right now.
Before we start recording, I get one small knife and put it in my leg, and I say, right, that wasn't come out until the end of the show.
Jeez, I have a can of Monster and that does it for me.
We all have our ways.
There's all methods. It's a podcasting world.
It's this, right? You know what I mean? I don't know how we got there from fucking this person losing by 1 vote in his fucking race.
Oh yeah, we did. That was the story, wasn't it?
In an interview on Wednesday, Mr. Green, who said he wished he had voted, but not for himself. I ran for other people, not for me, he said, adding that at the public forum before the November 7th vote, he learned that he and Mr. Rott held similar views.
Oh, so in a way, it's fine.
So in a way, he's saying it doesn't matter, and also I didn't really want to do it anyway.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't.
The reason why we're talking about it now is it took them a whole month to count the votes, because they had to be voted, they had to count 3 times. The last time, by hand, one by one through the ballots.
Because they were like, this is way too close.
Yeah. So for several days after the election, the results appeared to be a tie. Finally, Mr. Rott inched ahead by 1 ballot. It took them nearly a whole month to certify the win, after a mandatory hand recount last week.
See, I think, like, the more recounts you do, does that not make it more likely that you lose a ballot somewhere? Because you're throwing out all the tickets and stuff, and, you know, things get lost.
So what you're saying is it's rigged.
I'm saying stop the vote, stop the count, you know,
and keep counting.
keep counting.
Stop the vote, but count my votes.
Count the votes, please, by all means.
Count my ones, but only for him. Stop that fucking count.
Get rid of those.
Get rid of those.
Doesn't matter. Sure, look at all the ones I have.
I've got loads. Don't even look at his. Right? If it was a draw, they'd have to decide it by a coin toss.
That seems wild.
Yeah.
But also, if it's 50-50, that's the most 50-50 thing in the world.
True.
Is there like a special coin you would use?
What do you mean a special coin?
Perfectly balanced. Like, because you can't, like, I don't know, maybe there's a shit coin in someone's pocket. Sorry,
hang on. What do you mean by shit coin?
Like, if your government uses a coin...
Are all coins not fairly fucking similar that you could flip most of them and it'll come up 50-50?
Yeah, if you're in a bar making a bet with your friends.
Right.
But if you're a government, surely there has to be some standardised coin that's perfect. I realise there's only 2,400 people in this town. But what if that on a larger scale?
You want them to call the CIA and then to unveil the secret perfectly balanced 50-50 coin from their lab.
No, I want them to call the lads who made the perfect kilogram in fucking CERN or wherever it is, and then get them to make a coin and flip that.
Right, but what if, and hear me out, you just kind of went maybe down to the very first floor of the building, found the first person you've seen, and just said, can I have one coin, no matter how small it is, and then you have a 50-50 coin that is completely unbiased.
What coins do they have in America? A nickel, a dime,
a quarter?
Yeah, you're flipping a quarter, surely.
It doesn't matter.
I think it does.
It's the same principle.
Yeah, but there's no, like, it's not very grandiose.
You're telling me, would you have a better or worse chance of winning with a 5-cent coin rather than a 50-cent coin?
I think there's a difference.
In what way?
The coins are different weights.
But the weight... But that is the weight of it. It's weighted the same on both sides. I think
coins are different weights on different sides, just very small amounts. He's actually speechless.
I don't. What are you talking about?
Because some of the writings on coins are bigger on one side.
Right, but it has writing on both sides. It's butter on
toast, Connor. It's like butter on toast.
It's not.
It makes one side very small
are
amount.
Coins perfectly weighted?
Are coins perfectly balanced is what was suggested. It's not 50-50 at all. The way many coins are made, the head side can weigh more, meaning it will fall on that side.
So then it's all coins?
It's just all coins.
So you were saying get a good one, but all of them are rigged?
Which is why we need to invest in the perfect coin.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So what you're telling me is basically we got to build our own coin.
But yeah, we perfectly shave it down. What's the way to do it though? Because do you make two coins that are the same weight and stick them together? But then you've made two coins.
You just made one big coin.
You made one big coin.
If you have a sandwich and you chop it in half, do you have two sandwiches or one sandwich chopped in half?
Oh, that's a big one. How do you cut your sandwiches in half?
Well, you see, if you cut it down the middle, which is what I do, that's big boy stuff. But cut it, try edge or corner to corner, it tastes nicer.
It really tastes nice. Few chips or crisps on the side. Little bit of salad. You're laughing.
I think you're making something different now. You're just kind of... Why did they start adding crisps to the fucking side of... Or chips to the side of the fucking sandwiches?
Which? When did they do that?
Yeah, why? Who started that?
I don't know. It depends on... If you go to a sandwich joint, that like you're paying like 12 quid for a sandwich, you want to make it worth your while.
They're just trying to fill the plate, is what you're telling me, right? If we're honest with ourselves.
Potatoes are cheap, so...
Yeah, because like nobody's serving me a soup and they give me a big bag of chips.
Oh, did I tell you my plan? Or my idea?
No, but I'm assuming it's fucking dumb, but go on.
You know soup.
I know the concept of soup, yes.
That with a hash brown.
All of your concepts are something with a hash brown.
It works, what can I say?
We went for a roll at the weekend and you were like, hash brown, straight away.
Just go get a hash brown.
Go get a hash brown in this, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I didn't in the end.
No, you got a salad roll.
Got a salad roll. Egg, lettuce, tomato.
Not enough hash brown.
Cheese. No hash brown at all, in fact.
A hash brown would have really made that fucking roll sing, I'll tell you that.
It would have. Oh, the bit of heat off the hash brown, the crunch. Oh, it would have been unrivaled.
Do you know steak?
But there was no hash browns.
Do you know steak?
Yeah, no steak, yeah.
Hash brown.
Yeah, that would work. That would work really well, actually. Name anything. Like, it goes with everything. Cheese board, hash brown.
Hash brown. If you stick a hash brown in anything, it's made better.
Yeah. Here's one for you. Fondue.
There's no way hash brown makes that better.
Yeah, 100% that makes that better.
Chocolate fondue or cheese fondue?
Cheese fondue.
Okay.
Chocolate fondue, I'd wager, would work okay.
I don't think chocolate fondue works with... Like, I think the salt and sweetness doesn't work.
Salt and chocolate is nice. I get the hesitation, but I just feel it could work.
I don't like chocolate and popcorn.
But chocolate and popcorn's weird, yeah. Because you can't... It gets all over your hands when you're picking it up.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that
people,
at all.
like, you know, like people get the M&Ms or whatever, they stick it in the fucking popcorn.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm a basic bitch, right? My brain can only concentrate on one flavour portion at a time, right? I mean, the chocolates, then move it on to the popcorn, or vice versa.
I do popcorn first, then chocolate. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
You see, M&M's, minstrels, I'll allow these things because of the hard shell, that it doesn't melt the chocolate.
I get scared.
That's fair. I ate Revels in the cinema once and I didn't know what was coming next.
You're a wild man.
It was lunacy.
You don't want that raisin. Okay, we're moving on. Shall I have a thing for you there now with two...
Do you know?
I do there now. Come here to me now. Go to me now. Come here to me now. I have a thing with two thieves that I feel like kind of reminds me of... Do you remember that time that guy was serving the life sentence and then he died for 3 minutes and then he claimed, technically, I now have served my life sentence.
My life ended and then I came back. Yeah.
So you have to let me out. Convicted thieves argue for lesser charge because the items that they stole were on sale.
Oh, that's so. If the sentence was based on the retail value, fair enough.
So how it works is, this is in Colorado, is that if a theft is more than $2,000, it's a felony theft, and if it's less than $2,000, it's a misdemeanor. The price of the things that were stolen was $2,094. And the thieves are saying in court that they should be given a misdemeanor because a lesser charge, as the items that were stolen were being offered on sale.
Interesting. See,
and as their you're their lawyer, so I wanted to bring it to you to be like, does that hold up in court? You have a law degree, you've passed the bar, Shaun.
People say you insure something valuable, right? It doesn't matter what you bought it for; it's what it's worth.
Oh,
so kid paid 50 cents for a Superman comic back in the day. That's worth $10,000 now. It's insured for $10,000. That's what it's worth. That's what it's worth if it's stolen. So from the store, these things were only worth pennies on the dollar. And so now they're basically innocent.
I think let them off.
I didn't give it to them.
I think capitalism has ruined it. And if those guys want to go in and steal some things, allow them to steal a few things.
What was being stealed?
It doesn't actually say specifically what they stole. It just says that it was in a coal store. Coles, so we don't have them in Ireland, so I don't actually know what they sell, but KOHL.
Coles is a supermarket doing groceries.
So they stole over $2,000 worth of food there, but they also said that they stole high-end KitchenAid appliances, in addition to some shoes and clothing. So they stole a lot of that, but at the same time they said not only were those things on sale, but they also had coupons on their bodies, in their wallets, that would have given them a discount.
Now, lads, you had no intention of paying.
Yeah, I think the coupons don't really hold up.
No, you also presumably had some money in your wallets as well that went unused. True.
So I think coupons, their lawyer might be pushing it to bring that up.
Look, Judge, we'll leave that one aside.
But if they're selling them for less than $2,000... technically, that's what they were worth.
That's true. Yeah. If they were getting, that's what the store valued them at.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about what the amount that was stolen, the amount of money that store lost out on by those products being stolen rather than bought, that would have been less than $2,000.
Oh, fuck.
So that's less than $2,000 was stolen from the store.
So what do we say? We're saying probably innocent? Maybe just let them off?
No, they get the misdemeanor for sure.
Well, unfortunately, the district attorney did not agree, saying just because an item is on sale doesn't mean it's free to steal, and that these defendants now
no one's arguing that, Judge.
I object.
Stop it now.
Sure, stall the fucking ball, right, for a second there now, right, John?
Yeah.
Come here to me. I'm not saying that they're free to steal it. I'm saying the price of those things is what the store set out. If the store had sold all of those products on that exact day, it would have come to under $2,000. If they stole it on that exact day, you can't just start adding prices back up just because they're stolen.
And I wager as well, your holiness, that if you were to buy those items at the discounted price, and then try to return them to the store later, you don't get the full price of those items.
They give you back the sale price, lad.
Give you back the sale price.
Your Holiness.
My liege.
My noble steed will see me out now.
So I think this other lawyer doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
So one of them got 18 months and the other one was sentenced to 90 days in jail as on an 18 months of probation. So was already in jail before.
Yeah, so he just has to behave for 18 months.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. But like, I still think it should be the misdemeanor, to be honest. It's not comedy. Genuinely, I think that's
lads, I'm fucking being serious here. Like, leave them off.
It's the most important thing going on in the world right now.
And Sean, we're going to finish Weird News this week because I wanted to bring to you the perfect event, the perfect games that I feel like would be perfectly suited to us, because we have a certain man that has appeared on this show, a very famous man outside this podcast, just in general. He comes from a certain place in America, and he gets up to some scrapes. Who is that man, Sean?
That would be it's Florida Man.
It's Florida Man, right?
I'm trying to think of literally anyone else but Florida Man.
Florida Man. You could have said Batman, maybe Superman.
Batman would have been good. Yeah. The only thing that came to my head, genuinely, was Clarke Gable. Old school actor Clarke Gable. I don't know why. The most American man I could think of.
Clarke Gable.
Gone with the Wind.
What about Chickless?
Could have said Chickless, actually.
Would have said Chickless. Always say Chickless.
Would have been a callback as well. It would have been a real good joke.
Yeah. But Sean, the Florida Man Games are coming next year to Florida.
And are we doing a live commentary
I think they're bringing us in as the commentary. Yeah, we're the duo, obviously.
Yeah. We're like, they throw it to us in between little sections, you know.
Yeah,
we entertain the crowd.
The Olympics, fine. Who gives a shit? It's grand.
That's what I say.
Yeah. Like, people train their whole lives, but like, who cares? You can run real fast. Well done, right? I want the Florida Man game, which is described as the most insane athletic showdown on earth in the inaugural Florida Man Games competition. The competitions will include beer belly wrestling, a mud duel where contestants will grapple in a tub of wet slop, and an evading arrest obstacle course where guys will run through backyards and leap over fences while being pursued by real law enforcement officers.
And the law enforcement are okay with this?
Yeah.
Because they're hoping to actually catch
They're hoping that if they get one, there's probably a 1 in 2 chance they have committed a crime.
There is a decent chance that, they actually solve an unsolved case.
The hoster of the show said this is basically to determine the most Florida man of all the Florida men.
I feel it's a false economy, though, because you're not getting real Florida man.
The true Florida man is in jail.
Yes. Yeah. The most Florida man ever has already been caught. So this is going to be...
Who's your most Florida man ever?
Oh, it's the dude who was waving an American flag facing down a hurricane, shouting, "Come get me, bro."
I think mine's got to be the hamster wheel guy.
Yeah, who just continually tries to cross the ocean in a hamster wheel.
Just made himself a hamster wheel. He just keeps getting blown off course. He's like, nah, going for it again.
There was the fella who burned down his own house because he thought there was vampires.
That's true. To be fair, a fair thing to do.
A solid move.
Yeah.
Mad Mike was up there for a while.
Oh yeah, Mad Mike. Yeah.
Built a rocket. Built his own steam-powered rocket.
He wanted to set himself into space.
Yeah. R.I.P.
R.I.P. to Mike. You can probably see where that went.
Yep.
We've had a few. There was a person. I do like the Florida woman who said the cocaine, the breeze blew the cocaine onto her lap in the car.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's not mine, officer.
Yeah, it's not mine. The wind blew it in.
The classic defence.
The ultimate
Florida man jumped a bridge one time. Remember that?
Which one?
The bridge was like open up.
He jumped.
And he just jumped. And he made it. It was class.
So I wanted to throw an event that gave people the chance to experience a day in the life of a Florida man without the fear of being arrested, said Peter Melfi.
You need the fear. You need the fear.
The fear is what drives them. Well, actually, technically, they're not afraid of anything because they don't have that much brain.
It's the forethought they're lacking, but they have fear.
So explaining that he originally conceived the day as a half a K beer run before the idea took on a life of its own. He added, to my surprise, we had a ton of volunteers in the sheriff's office who stepped up to chase down some Florida men. So other attractions on the day will include the opportunity for attendees to get their picture taken with a real alligator.
Okay, it's coming back around to be an absolute trash.
The best mullet contest, a Florida Mam event, and the day will culminate in a 911 fight night brawl of the badges boxing match between Floridian police officers and firefighters.
Get Chickless involved.
But also, while this is going on, the real Florida men are out committing crimes.
I think this might be a brilliant scheme by actual Florida men to get this started.
Wait until this happens and then maybe do some real dumb stuff.
Yeah. Do you know, like, it sounds like, to be fair, it sounds like the Netflix version of Florida Men is what they're lining up here.
It sounds like, the new Squid Game thing, where they take something that's pure and turn it into, I don't know, something that is not so...
Well... Yeah, they took a commentary on capitalism and turned it into capitalism.
Yeah. I don't know if Florida Man is a commentary on capitalism, though.
No, he's more of a reactionary public figure.
He's just something that exists. He's an ethos. He's an idea.
Yeah, he's a force of nature.
Yeah, he's a dark knight.
There will always be a Florida Man.
No matter where you are, mostly in Florida, there is going to be a Florida Man who is doing something dumb.
Yes. Agree. Yeah. Also, very briefly, on the subject of weird, like the Netflix version of Squid Game and just weird things that exist now. Do you see that Karen's Diner thing is coming to Ireland?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's this fucking diner, and it's where the staff treat customers like absolute shit, and that's the gimmick. It's the worst thing I've ever seen, and I hate it.
But why would you want that?
I don't know, because you go and you just presumably film it the whole time and post it on fucking Instagram or whatever. It's the worst. This
is why we're never going to get that clout. Because I would just be like, why are you being mean to me?
Yeah, stop.
I'd put like the old hand on the shoulder, like, what's going on? Like, seriously.
They're also opening it on O'Connell Street in Dublin. Like, genuinely, I think someone's going to get hit in that place.
Like, if you tried that and some old Irish lad,
someone who doesn't know the bit,
doesn't know the gimmick, and maybe out for Christmas shopping, an older gentleman out for Christmas shopping with his granddaughters, and they're just walking around, and neither of them are old enough to quite know the concept either, so they're maybe like 12, 10. They will stop in for something to eat. This is a new diner, looks nice. They walk in, they get started treated like shit. That's not ending well. If someone says something to one of those granddaughters, that's game over.
No, that place is up in smoke.
Up in smoke, boy.
Smoke.
It's stuff like that. I don't know if that will. I mean, if you're into that, if you're into getting people shouting at you, like.
Yeah, fight, like, go on, I suppose.
Where's the market? Like, there can't be a massive market.
No, it's very, very niche. It certainly doesn't warrant multiple locations, I don't think.
Shaun, Florida Man Games, who wins? We've named quite a few Florida men.
It's true. I mean, like, the ultimate Florida man in my head is that guy facing down nature itself.
But I think Florida Man in the hamster wheel would have the athletic ability to keep up with him in any sort of athletic competition.
That is true. He'd be very hard to wrestle if he's in
Whereas
that hamster
Hurricane
wheel.
Guy would face up to the police officers in the police chase game and would just be like, I'm not afraid of you, but ultimately he would be caught immediately.
I don't feel a Florida man ever gets away. I think they always have to be caught.
It's true.
Like Cabin in the Woods, like, you always have to suffer.
Yeah, you have to die somehow.
Yeah, It always happens. It's inevitable.
Like Talos. So that is taking place next year, February 24th, 2024.
Hey, we will be waiting on the results. Yeah. We will be there. We'll be courtside.
Courtside commentating. Shaun, that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week, Conor. Do you want me to try and take us out?
I feel like you have it in you.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, next Wednesday with another Weird News Wednesday, and we're always over on Patreon with extra shows and stuff like that. Speaking of Patreon, big thank you to all of our patrons over there. Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles Loves You and hopes you have a good day, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the wash and it'll be grand, Jamieson, Dominic, Anna, Irish Walrus Forever, and congrats Róisín on your baby, Hjelmroos. Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty. Frost kind of wants to hear the proposal story. I told it over on the Patreon review, if you want to check it out. Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine are debating which is cuter, Shaun's proposal in Japan or Conor's proposal on the PELP.
We got married.
We did get married. It was a lovely ceremony. None of you showed up. Russ Okay Shaun, never mind hilarious anecdotes. I need Japanese ones involving either Pokemon or marriage proposal. Parfitt. Patreon. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsy subscribed to the Patreon. Kira Lawler, Judge Lahey, The Amazing World of Keza, Kyle Borowski. Luke is back to the future of days past. Rory screamed when he was responded to on Twitter, and Shaun and Shaun's girlfriend Charlotte, who was forced to listen to the podcast and over time has learned to love it through osmosis.
Those names seemed funny at the time, but now that you're sick it kind of seems sad.
You're really just laughing at a man on his last fucking breath.
But keep it up.
More. No, thank you everyone who supports over there. Really appreciate it. There is a merch store as well. here'sforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @here'sforhirepod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Diddleman's Discussion Group. Instagram is Here's for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
There's the one, please.
I think that's about it.
Well, I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.